RareTube, so welcome to another So Rare video. So as I said in the last video, I will make some go through the MLS players and some cheap beasts that I feel like I'm going to do well this year, and those players that are bargain I feel like it's a must pick up. So let's get right into it. Okay, so last video we went through the rules that I'll be playing for, starting with a classic squad and then slowly moving to an in-season later on once I've got essence to craft cards. Or either gain them from rewards. So initially I will have quite a bad in-season team. I think it will just be a very average team to start off with, and then gradually, depending on injuries and who's available and basically who has form, then I'll be picking up some more in-season cards as the season goes on. But I think right now if you look on just go on the So Rare, if you look at the sales of these cards, which are insane. If you look at instant buy especially, it's just even more insane. The likes of Lionel Messi going for like £1,000, and then like this limited 200. It's just crazy price for start of a season, of course. Even crazier than Premier League if I remember. But these are big names you want to look for, and it's definitely like amongst fans' favorites, I would say. So if you're lucky enough to pick up any of these, then for cheap, of course, then you're in a good spot. But like I said, it really depends on injuries and what comes up and what doesn't. Actually, I quite like this guy. I'll pop him in as well. Alright, let's start with him then as a first. So I'll go through each position, maybe like 2 for each kind of thing. Obviously you can, if you still buy now, you can still get these double, where if you get these from open bid, then you get essence as well, which is pretty good. But I think you're looking at a base of £4 to £5. Sorry, about £6 now. But I got mine, so I don't really need too many now. I picked up my like serial number 1, so those would just get me some more collection bonus, which is nice. So here today I want to focus more on manager sales, and particularly because in seasons are so expensive, I'm also looking at classics. Straight away you'll be like, okay, if I look at classics, then obviously I'm not going to be able to qualify for these like hot streaks and even these in-season rewards here. I don't need like missing out on XP and free essence, to be honest. But I actually think the rewards for classics pretty decent, right? If you can put up like 1 or 2 or even 3 classic squads, then if they all finish like 20 or above, then you're guaranteed like 9 essence every week. Or if you're in Division 2 or Division 1, then obviously it's quicker even. So I think it's a great start to your MLS. You might lose 1 or 2 weeks, of course, but then in theory you have a better team. So I think that's kind of the approach I'm going for. So here today I'm going to go for more players that are in hype, in demand, and that are perhaps more because classics much cheaper. So that's why I think it's a good one to get. So if we go to my watch list here, I'm going to start with goalkeepers. So we're going to look at classics today. Then obviously MLS. You can't even just set it up popular, but alright, if we start from each position. So goalkeeper wise, I would highly suggest this guy, which pretty self-explanatory. If you look at, he's got I think this is a goal penalty saved, and then he's got a clean sheet, and then there are 2 clean sheets here, and then a clean sheet. This guy's just been getting clean sheets after clean sheets, and just look at that, like start seeing absolute amazing. I'm sure Charlotte have a pretty strong defense as well, but generally I'm quite happy with the way he's got so many clean sheets. I think that's all you need really. Like goalkeeper, as long as they can keep clean sheets, they're definitely in. I'm going to set the target for about £10 or below, but obviously this one's slightly over budget now. I mean, look at that. It's worth getting a classic, because if you look, £11 versus £87, like it's a huge difference. Definitely worth considering, but of course the choice is yours. But he'll be my number 1. It's a Croatian goalkeeper there. Second one I'm going for is Stefan Fleet. You see, I've got him on the list actually. There we go. Yeah, Stefan Fili. I think he is the guy who got the most clean sheet last season. So again, I think only his classic available now even. So for £8 you can get a starter goalkeeper. Again, quite a lot of clean sheets. I think he's got like, he had quite a lot of clean sheet last year. So yeah, around £8. I'm not sure why this guy, maybe like EXP, but depends what you want. Like, pick up one with the most EXP, I guess. Maybe this one is worth paying that extra 50p for. But yeah, he'll be my second choice. Or just, I would say second choice, but he'll be my second pick, I would say. But yeah, most clean sheet, and like I said, that's all you can ask for. Yeah, so that's 2 goalkeepers covered. I think there are still some games live right now. Nope, none of mine, so that's fine. And then if we go back to, and then let's go to defenders. Defenders, I had, there we go, Campbell. Okay, so if we now switch to, obviously you can go on and more like Lloris is also like pretty good. And then you've got some other players as well. Okay, let's move on to defenders. Actually, you know what? Let's go goalkeeper and then strikers, because these are usually the most expensive. Messi would be the player you try to beat, really, because depending on his fitness and everything, he does get rested sometimes, but you know, he's usually, you don't expect him to be below. It's just amazing, right? Like, when he was DMP, then I'm sure it was like a market crash, but he is amazing, and he is one you want to work towards. But if you've got the budget and you get it straight away, then no brainer. But for this video, we're looking for strikers with like under £10. So I'm starting with, okay, let's start with him. He looks good. Zidrik, don't know how to pronounce his name, but obviously you can go through this list. This guy was the honorable mention. He plays for LA, of course, Los Angeles, is it? Can't remember. Yeah, but he's good as well, like getting goals or assists. Yeah, so decent pickup. And then he reminds me of the Carlos Vela a few years ago. Yeah, so there he is. And then we look at Cedric as a second option. It's also very good and much cheaper as well. He's only £4, and might want to get this version. He's getting goals and assists, which is key. One thing you want to look at is last year's gold list, like the top scorers and assists. Of course, some of these are already left, so Benteke will be top scorer, Messi, of course, that guy I just mentioned, Suarez as well. This Hernandez guy is transferred, and then you look at these as well. I think these are still there, like Evander as well. This guy's transferred as well, but otherwise, you know, some good names, some top scorers for sure. But we all know what Sorare is like. Then obviously assists is as good as goals, so another point to consider for yourself. Is this guy also a striker? He is a midfielder actually. It's like a decent pick, right? 15 goals, 16 assists, pretty decent. One on my midfielder list actually. So pop him on there. Let's get you one more striker. Okay, it's a bit more expensive actually. Yeah, so. Right, so this guy Cedric would be a top choice. Then we also have Diego Rossi from Columbus Crew. He's a bit out of form towards the end of the season, but then if you look at like mid-season, he's got like 190s. He does have his good games, which I think it's kind of what we look for. About £5 for his for his classic. Yeah, about £5. I think that's a good pickup. Like, just need to liquidate a bit of cash. I think there was a cheaper one, but I probably missed out. So he looks pretty good. You know, just you know, no doubt about it. Looks pretty sweet. His in the season around 54. So you can get him for a tenth of the money. So £5, well worth it, right? So. Then yeah, looking at goals, not as hyped as the others, but he does have his good seasons. It's good time, you're getting goals and assists. These are what we wanted, right? These are what we want. So he's gonna be a pretty top guy there. So we also have Samuel Sturridge. I'll just go for a few cards. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, depending on how many I can find. There we go, Sam Sturridge. A bit cheaper compared to the other guy. He used to play with Nottingham Forest, believe it or not. So yeah, don't know about him, but again, decent scores. Not as good as the other guy, of course, but hence he's cheaper. But I'll probably prefer that other guy, but he could be one to go for. And then if we look towards, now we move to midfielders, maybe. Yeah, midfielders. Then we've got, okay, is that the league? And then for midfielders, I have first name on the list, Martin Ojeda. Okay, plays for Orlando City, and with just, well, he's quite cheap, like £1. Midfielders generally cheaper. You might want to depend on your budget, but always start with strikers because to fuel your team. Getting some assists and goals from there and there. Does seem to be a regular starter. Only 25 years old. I mean, for quid. I think his in-season will be about 20, but if you get in for a quid, then like I always say, 10th of the money. Always worth getting the classic first, and then slowly building on there. And then player number 2. Let me go back. I think this guy was it. Let me pick 2 here. Yeah, there we go. So we have Mark Hettel. Don't know. There we go. He looks under a good card as well. Slight out budget now. He was, I don't know, but when I put him in, he was quite cheap. But did they sell anyone? Yeah, someone bought that £10 one because I was looking at that one. Just look at that for a midfielder. Goals and assist. Amazing. I mean, if you can get him and the other guy in, even I think under just even £50, you can get the whole squad, which I think is a great starter for MLS. So if you want to win, like either, well, apart from cash, but then if you want to win some rewards, then this could be a great card to go for. Just great AAs all around. And then I did have also Santiago Rodriguez. Okay. So a cheaper option here from New York City. I would just start with the cheaper option because at worst, then you've not got much of a loss. I actually think this is quite a good card to pick up. I would pick up this one for 4% percentage. Now only, you're looking for a quid, right? £1.80. You'll probably lose it, but then your risk is quite low, and he does look like he's going to be playing for New York City for quite some time. Obviously, affiliate club of Man City. Okay, and then let me close this. Now let's go to defenders. Defenders, there seems to be quite a lot of options. Got George Campbell. We have Escobar. We have nope, didn't add that guy. Okay, never mind. I think this guy as well. Okay, let's go with these 3. So these 3. Let's show you George Campbell and what he can do. So George Campbell is not available, really? Oh, midfielder, sorry. Forgot to clear that. Yeah, again, quite cheap, so about £2. So anything under 10, it's good. Then averaging a 61, so you expect something good from this. I mean, just look at that for a defender. For 4% bonus, this is just so attractive. I need to have like £10 budget, and I'm just gonna get all these classic cards, and then my classic team will be good to go because these are ready. Like these players are just so good. Like George Campbell, top of the list, and then I'll have a look at look at show your scores, right? What more do you want? Like towards the end of the season, absolute monster. And then I have Francesco Escobar. again, around £2 budget. Not as good as the other guy, but again, he's averaging sometimes a bit poor towards the end of the season, but did have his like its mid-season pretty good. So it is kind of more a hit and miss. So hence his average is a bit meh, but could be a good option. And then we also have the Columbus Crew. You might want to mix your goalkeeper and your centre back together, or maybe even two centre backs from the same team, depending on how you guys play. This one averaging at 52, and then I see some good AAs as well. You know, some assists sometimes, but you look at some flat 50. So I think a 52 average is pretty close. Yeah, that's about it really. So defender may be a bit hard to cut it quite short, but then I think the goalkeepers and others are quite good. So like I said, always start with your goalkeepers and then your strikers, and then work your way to either defenders, midfielders gradually. So my extra position would likely to be another another defender or midfielder, just going for it. If they get a clean sheet, then in a good week kind of thing. That's what I tend to do. My extra play usually is a defender, so you have this list for reference if you guys want to look at it. This would be the list I just came up with. And yeah, I mean, I'll be picking up some strikers for sure. I like this guy, or the is it Rossi? Like Samuel Sturridge looks pretty good as well. But yeah, I'll be looking at strikers first of all. Is what I've got so far. I've just got these just from bids, which whatever came up, just for the what are they called, like the collection bonus. And then I already have some players in there already, so I don't really need another defender, but instead I need a striker and a goalkeeper, and then I'll be probably good to go. So I'm just trying to make two teams here, one for classic, one for in-season, and then we'll look forward to the weekend. So hopefully I'll liquidate a little bit for then. I can't really deposit money then, either probably sell some players from NBA or from the Prem, whatever, but then I'll be getting some more players for the MLS for sure, and depending on how this week goes as well. Not really any podiums right now, but I think I already went for that in the other video. So yeah, we'll end the video here. So hopefully some players that you guys can consider. I'll just leave this page for you guys to have a look, depending on any names that you feel free to pause if you do need it. So obviously top scorer list and then top assist list for your reference. If you need any more information, feel free to comment down below, and we can discuss as much as we need to. And yeah, so who are you guys backing this year, and who do you support in the MLS? I think most people will say Inter Miami because of the Beckham and Messi and Suarez connection. There we go. So personally, I'm a big fan of do I have a preference? I like Orlando City and New York City because they're relatively new. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going with LA. LA is my favorite. Last year's champion. They have Royce, they've had Beckham, and they had Gerrard. I think LA for me, it's the dominant force, so I'll be backing them as a main squad. So obviously last year's champion should be pretty good, right? Unless they do what City did, but yeah, should be quite good. So anyway, we'll end the video here. We'll leave this with you guys, and yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, hit the like button if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll be doing another video once the season's live, maybe, just to see on the players that are performing well, and then how I'm doing with my squad personally, that kind of thing. So like I said, subscribe if you're new, and hit the bell if you want to be notified when there's a new video comes out. Until now, see you in the next video. So bye for now. Peace.